2 gold spots, but I wonder which one will get the gold medal.
Well, only one way to find out in this week's video. Welcome back to the channel. I'm Matt and I'm the Whiskey Nerd.
I'm Rose and I'm the Whiskey Noob.
And like we said, this week we're pitting 2 gold spots against each other. So let's put them in the glass and tell you a little bit more about them.
Ooh. Now, I'm pretty sure that up until maybe a few minutes ago that I didn't know there were multiple gold spots.
Well, up until a few weeks ago, there weren't multiple gold spots. So,
fair enough.
Yes, the Gold Spot was originally released to mark Mitchell & Son, the brand behind the Spot whiskies. It was originally released to mark their 135th anniversary of being in business, and it was kind of like a special edition. It was the first time they ever used port casks in the whiskey, so it was
in 135 years.
Yeah, so it was well, at least in the more recent kind of tradition of their Spot whiskies, it was Bourbon, Sherry, Bordeaux wine casks, and port pipes. So it was a special edition. It came in at 51.4%, and it was a kind of a limited edition. And it was, I think, a pretty limited run. It sold out quite quickly. And then recently enough, but a couple of weeks back, they released this one, the Gold Spot Generations. Generations, and it's slightly different. I did a review of it. I'll put a link to the review up there, a link to a review down below of both of these whiskies. But this one, it's 13 years old, comes in at 46%, and was released to kind of mark 7 generations of collaboration between the Mitchell & Son family and the I forget their name. I think it's the Sperry family of there's a vineyard in Italy where they make this Reciota Della Valpollicella, really sweet French Italian red wine, and it was meant to mark collaboration.
So that's 7 generations of collaboration?
7 generations, because Mitchell & Son are they're like a wine producer, wine importer, and what they do is they use their wine barrels to age their whiskies to give them because they don't make the whiskey, they buy whiskey from other places.
But that's just crazy that it's been 7 generations.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to do under this kind of gold spot, because I think this is, in some of the marketing around it, they kind of said, oh, it's the Generations edition or the next in the gold spot line. So I think
will there be multiple gold spots?
I think there's going to be multiple gold spots celebrating different collaborations, maybe with different wine producers or different different families they've been working together with.
Now, in order for them to do that, I think, just spitballing here. First one, they did after 135 years. Second one, 7 generations. So pretty much, you can assume that unless you've been with Gold Spot for a crazy amount of time, you're not getting a bottle or a collab bottle.
Yeah, they probably have a couple lined up where they've been collaborating with this wine producer for X number of years. Because if you think about it, a generation might be 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
So 7 generations, 135 years, that's about 7 generations. So if you found out, if you went to Mitchell & Son's website or you asked them, you'd probably be able to guess some of the other families they've been collaborating with for those amount of time. So you could probably kind of make a guess at what their future ones are, but right now it's still kind of secret about what their future releases will be.
Now I wonder, Mitchell & Sons, right? Have there only ever been sons?
I don't know.
Are there any daughters?
There might be daughters, but the name of the company is Mitchell & Son, but we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about
curious
whiskies. So that's kind of the difference between these 2 whiskies.
Okay.
One was special edition, another also special edition. I think this one is still for sale.
Okay.
So it might have had a bigger run than this one, or it just might have not gotten as much attention as this one here.
When I saw how popular this was and then just disappeared, so okay, the people need it. We gotta make more.
Yeah, but they are quite different. It's the same name of the whiskey, Gold Spot, but quite different. So I think we're just gonna go in. If you want to see the reviews, we've got reviews of these, but we're just going to compare them against each other.
Okay.
See if you're able to find both of these on the shelves, which one maybe you should go for first. I'll start with the 9-year-old.
Okay.
You can start with the 13-year-old.
13-year-old Sluncha.
Yeah, so it's quite, this one is...
Oh my god, that's gorgeous.
It's quite, this one here I always describe it as being kind of perfumed almost.
Okay.
It's definitely it's got that wine influence, but a lot of port. It's very almost herbal character. They're both the same base whiskey, that pot still whiskey, which has this kind of spiciness. But here with this one, because it's got that higher ABV, it has just kind of a little bit more of that kind of perfumed note to it.
Okay, there is a bit of perfuminess in here, but you get a lot of sweet notes, but it's not sugary sweet. It's that perfumey mixed with like, you always get like your typical caramel, vanilla, that kind of thing, but like, there's a deep essence in there.
Do you want to win for the nose on this one?
Ooh, yes, please. Here you go.
We'll kind of compare which one is better on the nose.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, this one much more caramel. Again, it's only this one is only in like 3 casks. This one was 4 different casks.
This is way lighter. When it's like that soft perfume, like when you're going through, was it off duty? No.
Duty free.
Duty free, and you're trying all like the nice perfumes. This one's a lot lighter, airy, that kind of thing. But that's like a deep,
This is
rich.
very surprisingly actually, because maybe also this bottle has been open for a while.
Yes.
It might have lost some of the flavors a little bit, but this one is coming at 46%.
Okay, which one was this again?
51.4. This is the 9-year-old.
Hey.
But again, this one is much. It's like caramel, thick caramel
It's
sweetness.
a thick whiskey.
With that again, because again the Reciota Della Valpollicella wine, it's a really sweet red wine. So again, you're
That
kind
should
of
be a tongue twister. Say that again.
Reciota Della Valpollicella. I don't know, but I can just say it.
Oh wow.
Anyway, it's a very sweet. So it's kind of doubling down on that caramel, vanilla, kind of sugary sweetness.
Yeah.
Whereas this one here, a little bit more light, a little bit more.
It's
kind
a
of floral.
delicate lady versus this one's like, you're going on holidays to Spain. Is that where it is?
Yeah, Italy.
Italy. You're going on holiday to Italy.
Can I give this a... On the nose, now normally I would go for the high rate BV, but I think on the nose, I'm going to give it to this one here.
Same.
Because it just, now again, this one, it might be just because the bottle's been open for such a long time now. It might just be that, but this one carries a bit more flavour.
Yeah.
At least on the nose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Okay, do you want to win for the palate?
Yes.
I'll go first. This one here, it's caramelly. It's
Ooh.
heavy caramel. It's again with that sweetness, with the fruitiness.
Yeah.
You get a lot of caramel. It's not super light. I mean, it's kind of like medium mouthfeel. Like I said in the review, it's light enough, but at 46, it doesn't give you this huge long.
I love 46.
Yeah, what do you think of that one?
I really liked it. It's nice and it's like not as light as the nose would lead you to think it would be. There's not a nice, really good flavor in there. I remember when I was at Whiskey Live Dublin why I like this so much.
Yeah, like this one here. It's nice. It's just a little bit pared back. Again, this one has 4 casks.
Okay.
But at 46, you're getting more that kind of sweet whiskey kind of note, and maybe less of that cask and barrel influence.
Whiskey question.
Go on.
4 barrels.
Yes.
How many was this again?
3.
Okay. Question though, because it's 4, do you get more or do you get less?
Oak. It depends on the kind of barrels, what they've been used for, how long they were used beforehand. Like, I'm gonna get us a glass of water though,
Oh.
so we can just do a quick comparison.
Good idea.
And swap these. Make sure we don't mix them up. Back in a second. I think you were dancing.
Yeah. For the fast forward.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. So I'm gonna wait for the original kind of gold spot now.
The OG gold spot.
OGGS. Yeah. Again, this one kind of carries that perfumey note, but then delivers a lot, I think.
Yeah. This, you can still taste some of that perfuminess, but it's like a thicker, like there's a more of a thickness, a richness. It's not like syrupy. I could see them like a medium mouthfeel kind of feel, but they are different. That's true. I'm not sure. Well, we will get to comparisons right now.
Yeah.
This is lovely.
Oh, it's lovely. Like I said in the review of this, it's a really nice whiskey.
Yeah.
It's maybe, I think it was maybe a little overpriced for what it was. Because it's a 46.
What were the price points?
I think this was €150.
How
Yeah.
much was this?
I think that was 150 as well, but that was because it was special edition.
Oh, okay.
And everyone was kind of, I heard some people a little bit kind of feeling that if this was up at 50% or 51%, it'd be a fairer price
I can
rather
see.
than down at 46. But this one, the older one, the original one, the higher ABV, I think gives it a longer bit of a tail, gives it a longer bit of a finish. Like this
Oh,
one.
are we getting to the finish now?
Well, yes,
Okay,
as I'm talking,
okay.
I can still taste. Like I was talking when I was drinking this one, and the finish is there. It's nice, but it's kind of short. This
Yeah.
one here, it lingers a bit longer, gives you more of that kind of perfumed note, that kind of nice cask influence, cask and barrel influence. Yeah.
I think this one for the finish, yes, it's a little bit on the shorter side, but it's more of a warming sensation. Like the right here bit, base of my throat, it feels warm.
Yeah.
You know, but not alcohol-y, just warm.
I get I'll get you with that one. That's kind of warming. This one is more like deep almost.
Oh, I think this one's deeper.
Oh, well again, we know we both like different kind of alcohol strengths as well.
Yes.
Like you're a 46 up to 50%.
Oh yeah, I'm that good kind of girl. If you're giving me above 50, it has to have a lot of flavor.
Yeah, whereas I'm on that cask strength crusade.
On that cask strength?
Yeah, and I do like a bit of a stronger whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
They're different.
They're different.
Like initially.
Can you compare them? Can you say which one you like better?
I think it's hard because at the end of the day, they're both core. I think you can compare them and say which one you prefer.
Yes.
But they're quite different whiskies. That the core of them is the same. It's that pot still whiskey in bourbon and sherry. But then this was a red wine and that was it. And this was a red wine and then into a port cask. So it's quite different. Again, a 9-year-old, 13-year-old, 51.4, 46%. Different.
Yeah, different vibes maybe.
Different
for different
vibes.
times.
I think if I was going to pour myself a straight up whiskey just to enjoy, I would. This one is super nice and easy to drink. This one is very easy to drink. But I think just going back, remembering like the price of it, I think this one was more worth the price.
Okay.
Because it carries more of that flavor, more of that depth, more of that kind of complexity, and it has that higher ABV. So it just has more flavor to it.
Yeah. I think if I only had €150 and I didn't have 300, so I couldn't get both bottles, if I had to buy one bottle, it would be this one. Because to me, it's a little thicker, it's a little easier to drink, I think. Like, I think I'd want to put this if I want to, like, go out more often, like in a cold glass. I don't really like adding water to my whiskey, but colder whiskey really helps take away, like, any potential, like, bite from a higher ABV. But this one, I'm a 46% kind of girl, and this is 46%.
I think in my review of this one here, I kind of said that it's a really nice whiskey, but it wouldn't be like a special occasion whiskey.
No, and that's where I'm like, maybe the price is a little bit high, but for me, I feel special drinking it.
On the merits of just the whiskey, what they've got in the glass, pretty similar, different kind of vibes, but similar in terms of like, this has that kind of perfumey, nice, lovely flavor. This has that dense caramel, influence. Yeah. I would probably,
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's really tough.
It's tough. I think.
Ask us tomorrow, we'll give you a different answer.
I think daily drinker, this one, special occasion, this one, but for the price of it, you'd want to have a special occasion whiskey, and so I would give it the original OG.
And I could get behind that with a higher ABV, and there's more cask, so probably more stuff went into it. I get the argument.
Yeah, and I can definitely
the 46% is just swaying me significantly.
Yeah, and I can definitely see why some people were upset at it being lower.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully in the future when they do more of those gold spot releases, we see that ABV kind of tick back up a little bit, kind of justify the price, justify it. But I think of the two, if you're going to go for them, the gold spot. But for me, still my favorite spot whiskey was the blue spot.
I think I have an idea. One, you only have €150. Buy this one. Then get your friends to pool together money for a joint birthday present. Get this one.
Yeah, or try other whiskeys.
Or you try other whiskeys too.
If you only have €150, you could, I think, get
a couple of bottles of very tasty whiskeys.
Yeah, you could get, I think, like almost 3 bottles of green spot or 2 bottles of gold spot for the same price.
But if you want it,
if you really
want it,
you can get
it.
So I think that's maybe all there is to say about these. I mean, if you've let these know, if you've tried these, let us know what you thought. Yeah. If you thought it was worth it or anything like that.
And who knows, maybe we should make a series. Is it worth it?
Yeah, we could add that in, because typically when we do reviews, we just kind of say like if we like it. But
we don't really talk about the price or anything like that.
Yeah, but I think price definitely.
Well, yeah, if you can get it or not. Like, sometimes I see €150 whiskey, I'm like,
Yeah, or it makes you feel that if I buy it, I'm not going to drink it often.
Yeah.
So I think price definitely does factor into how you can enjoy the whiskey.
True that.
Yeah, so I think, I'm going to enjoy this one.
I'll enjoy this one.
And we will see you next time. Sláinte.
Bye-bye.